Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually on the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research time for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have a kind of introduction or review of this very iconic perfume. And this one is from the house of Molinard. House of Molinard has been around for more than 150 years, and as far as I know they are still owned in the family. So the family of Molinard, they're still owning it, they're still running it, and that is very impressive. In today's market, which everything is for sale, they haven't sold it for more than 150 years. And they are a true house, so they make everything from the scratch to the perfume themselves, and they are very underrated, very under the radar, which is very surprising because they are basically one of the first houses in France to start to make perfumes for the masses, okay, in the late 18th century. And they have, I think so far up to today, they have around 120 or 130 perfumes under their names. So they have a very big collection of perfumes as well, and they are very, to my nose, for my taste, for my experience, they are very underrated. As I don't understand why people don't go and get their perfumes and talk about them. I don't know. I love this house, and especially this beautiful perfume which is called Habanita. So Habanita, and this is Habanita Molinard. This is Eau de Perfume 100 ml, 75 ml. United Kingdom, it retails for £80, but you can find it discounted here and there if you do research, if you're interested. If you go to allbeauty.com right now, they're having it for under £50, and for that price this is a bargain, and I will tell you why. So the original Habanita came out in 1921. Yes, so it's more than 100 years old. This beauty, it came out in 2014, I think, or 2014 or 2012. So this is another rendition or another reincarnation of Habanita. The original one was very iconic. When it came out, it was very popular, especially between ladies. Although this perfume is marketed for ladies, to my nose it's completely unisex. And as far as I can tell, this is actually a little bit on the masculine side, which is again very surprising. Anyway, so the original one came out in 1921, but this rendition or this interpretation of it is the newer version of it, and it came out 2014. But as far as I can tell, it still retained the original character. So they haven't messed with it that much, which is amazing for us consumers. And so I don't know who is the perfumer for it, because you know, on their website and on Fragrantica they don't mention it, but whoever put this perfume together deserve a medal, deserve a very big recognition. And this perfume is, to my nose, for my taste, for my experience, is a perfection in a bottle, at least for my taste. So this one is, as I said, is marketed for ladies, but it is very unisex. The only thing is, in terms of age, this is very mature. So because obviously this is classic, this is classy, and it's very reminiscent of that era of 1920s, it gives that classical feel unapologetically. So it's not a modern perfume, but on other hand, the smell is timeless. To me, this hasn't dated even a day, and that is the beauty of this perfume. So In terms of age, definitely mature. I would say at least 30 years and older to understand, to enjoy, to appreciate this masterpiece. To my nose, this is a masterpiece. I give it 10 out of 10 for the opening, 10 out of 10 for the dry down, 10 out of 10 for performance. Still performing so good. In terms of performance, on my skin goes easily over 8 hours. On t-shirt and material goes easily over 10 hours. So a very, very good performer. And you don't need many sprays of it, maximum 5. Don't put more than 5 sprays of it because it's very dense, it's very thick, it's very strong, and it projects very, very heavy as well. So it's a good performer, superbly good performer. In terms of occasion, this is very opulent, at least for my nose, for my experience. This is very opulent, so it's better suited for going out, for evening, for a special occasion, for formal occasion, for close encounter, for wedding, for going to church, for going to any special occasion you have. Okay, so very, very beautiful. This is super opulent. And in terms of season, this is better suited for cooler weather, but because it has got some freshness to it, you can use it all year round. Unless it's very, very high heat, it could be cloying because it's got quite sweet backbone and also a powdery backbone, which could be a little bit cloying on a very, very high heat. So let's get to the presentation. Is beautiful. The bottle design is done by Lalique. If you know Lalique are very, very famous for their sculptures and their bottles and their vases, and anyway, so they are very famous for these things, and they know how to make bottles, and this bottle is beautiful. Apart from the cap is okay and it's plastic, which is a shame, but it doesn't matter. Who cares about the cap? The cap's still got some weight to it, and it's a combination of metal and plastic, so it's not bad at all. And it's got Molinard on top, which is very good. Overall it's okay, and atomizer is good as well. Look at this. So atomizer is okay. It's not, it doesn't put that much juice out, but believe me, that much is enough. As I said, don't go more than 5 sprays of this because it is very, very strong. So in terms of presentation, beautiful. As you can tell, this is Art Deco. This is very artistic, and the coloring in here is quite appropriate because this perfume overall is quite dark. Okay, it's not a super dark, but it is quite dark. It is dark. It is resinous. It's woody. It's sweet, and the sweetness in here is on the moderate side, so it's not too sweet, it's not a little bit, but it is on moderate. But you can tell there is a vanilla in here, definitely, and the vanilla in here is done on the classical side of vanilla. Okay, it's not modern vanilla. Mainly the job of vanilla in here is to smooth everything together, plus giving it a little bit of sweet body. And there is a big powdery aspect in this fragrance, although from skin to skin might differ, because on my skin it doesn't go that much powdery, it goes medium powderiness. On my wife's skin, which this is her bottle by the way, it goes very powdery. So on her skin is the powderiness is much more pronounced. So I think from skin to skin it might differ, but I would say for me it is on the moderate side in terms of powderiness. So it doesn't go to realm of baby powder, but it is quite noticeable overall. Yeah, it is quite noticeable, and there is a dusty aspect to it, which giving it that old school, old building, old theater, old church, old house, old library feel, which is again very, very amazing. Not in a bad way, by the way. It smells great, okay, but it gives that impression of old building overall. It's like an old building with old what shall we say, the sitting or old leather seats, and you can smell that old leather seats from them. And also there is a tobacco aspect to this fragrance, to this perfume, which is very noticeable, but that tobacco giving a hint of masculinity in here. Overall, as I said, this is bang in the middle and unisex, anybody can wear it, but giving a hint of masculinity, especially that dark resin feel plus the smokiness. There is a smoky aspect to this fragrance as well, but again on the moderate side, not too much. So overall, this is a beauty in a bottle. But unfortunately, this is not for everybody. I have to say these things in my my video when I review perfumes, because it's true. Not everybody will appreciate this beautiful fragrance, beautiful perfume. I am super impressed with it. I am in love with it. I wear it myself when the wifey doesn't know, because she loves this fragrance so much she doesn't let me use it, but when I can use it, quietly, I do. So it is a beautiful perfume overall. It's an amazing perfume. Let me read you some of the ingredients, because the ingredient list is huge, as classical fragrances and perfumes are that way. So on top we have mastic licorice or mastic lentisk, and then we got geranium and petitgrain. In the mid we have nutmeg, heliotrope, vetiver, ylang ylang, rose, cedar, mimosa and jasmine. And the base we have vanilla, amber, sandalwood, oak moss, musk and patchouli. And believe me, this is some of their note breakdown, because there are at least as much as I read to you, there are more notes in here. But what I mainly get from this perfume, the 5 or 6 big notes, are the vanilla, the leather, tobacco, and the powdery aspect of it, the resinous aspect of it, the woody aspect of it, and the dusty aspect. And these are, to my nose, are the biggest player. Everything else is nuances. Definitely this is a big floral perfume, so you need to like your florals to enjoy it. Especially the ylang ylang in here is very pronounced, and ylang ylang giving it a little bit of that andolic feel and animalic feel. So overall, this is not a super animalic perfume, but there is an animalic aspect to this perfume, so you have to be aware of that one as well. If you can try this perfume before you buy, obviously that's the best solution. But if you can't and you are going to blind buy it, you need to be aware of these things I'm explaining to you. The combination of the sandalwood, vetiver and the oak moss in here, giving it another aspect which is a little bit on the masculine side, so giving it that ruggedness, little bit of that tobacco feel. Overall, the tobacco in here is how shall I put it, it's quite mysterious. You cannot pinpoint it. You cannot say this is leafy tobacco, this is pipe tobacco, this is honey tobacco. It's very mysteriously done in a way that you can smell it but you can't pinpoint it, which is, again, it adds to the mysteriousness of this perfume. So the big body of florals in here is very noticeable, especially that ylang ylang, at least for my skin, my nose. The heliotrope giving it that powderiness, and the powderiness again on my skin is moderate, so on some other skins it could be even stronger. The jasmine and rose here giving it that typical combination of floral feel, but there are nuances rather than big players, or at least again to my nose. And plus the geranium, the mastic in here giving it a little of that camphorous and also balsamic feel. So it's a balsamic, it's a little bit camphorous as well, which is you have to be aware of as well. The amber in here is quite a deep dark amber, but it's not a super deep dark amber, so it is on the moderate side rather than the super deep dark amber, but nevertheless this is quite a dark fragrance overall. So it is the dark sticky, gooey, sweet amber overall to it. The musk in here, it is noticeable, but it's not a big player. From the beginning to the end, there's always a little bit of muskiness to it, and again the camphorous and the balsamic feel is there as well all the time. So if you like what I described, this is a perfection in a bottle. I love this fragrance very much, but again, it's not for everybody. I recommend it for people who like this kind of fragrances, this kind of perfumes, yes, but for everybody else, they have to at least try it, and or at least they need to do their research before they go for it. Okay, so quite woody, and the woods are in here is mainly cedar and sandalwood, but overall, because it's quite dark, it gives in a little bit of feel of oud. I know there is no oud in here, but it gives the impression of the oud because it's quite resinous and is very, very woody in the base. It gives in that mysterious woody feel, which is a little bit on the what's his name, the oudy side of things. Powderiness, as I said, on my skin is quite moderate in terms of powderiness, but you know, other skins could be quite strong. Yes, powdery, dusty, smoky, and a little bit of that ashy feel to it as well. And that these aspects give it that old school feel as well, and also old building and old furniture to it. It's very aromatic, which is mainly coming from that mimosa, and also there are some other aspect to giving it that aromatic feel, but it is nuances rather than big players. It's quite fresh, spicy, which is mainly come from that nutmeg and ginger. There's a nutmeg and ginger, and also there's a hint of cinnamon in here as well, but they're not mentioning in note breakdown. But I definitely smell some cinnamon, especially goes very well with that tobacco accord. A little bit of honey feel to it overall as well, which is again, it adds to the mysterious of this fragrance. Vanilla is by far the biggest player in terms of sweetness. So the sweetness mainly comes from vanilla, and also the smoothness of this fragrance. This perfume got done very well, and they put together superbly well, and it's quite smooth, although it's got some powdery aspect, ashy aspect, and dusty aspect to it, but overall it's quite smooth. As I said, balsamic feel and camphorous feel as well, a little bit earthiness, and the florals definitely are here, especially that ylang ylang, or at least my skin, the ylang ylang is the biggest player by far. The rest of them are after the ylang ylang, but giving it a big floral body. The amber in here is deep dark resinous amber, plus that sweet amber, and also on the leathery tobacco-y side as well. So you need to like these kind of fragrances, and a hint of rose overall. Yeah, the rose is quite noticeable as well, but ylang ylang is biggest player by far. So if you like what I described, and you like it mysterious, you